Are you a Southeast Asia gatekeeper? What do I mean by this? I mean, are you one of these guys that's holding down the fort for Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines? I'm gonna read you some comments from a video I made recently about Phnom Penh. There's just a couple things in it I didn't like, but it's so crazy. Like if I make the title or a thumbnail a certain way, the comments, the vibe, everything in the video kind of goes that way, even if it's just maybe just a few things I didn't like, you know, that I mentioned, and people go berserk. Before I get into it too much, let me read you a few of the comments that people made. So a few people made comments thinking that I made a few negative comments about Phnom Penh because somehow I have some more of an affiliation with Thailand because I live in Thailand and they're at odds. And actually, during the time that I went there, it was like the ceasefire, so it wasn't even like the fighting was over. So like I'm not from here. Like you people think you come here and like you're just part of this society, like you're Thai or you're Cambodian, you know, you came from Canada, America, wherever. Like, no, you're not. You know, you're just at that place contributing to the economy, and I'm sure they're happy to have you there doing that, but you know, you're not Thai, you're not Cambodian, you're just somebody that's there right now. One guy says, living in Bangkok and your objective is to find negative aspect of the city, country, where two nations are at odds. You've made your bias point. The things I didn't like, and I said that I loved Siem Reap, so like I obviously have no negative feelings about the country as a whole, but in Phnom Penh, there was a certain area that I was walking through and the smell of urine just was intense. I've never, like, it smelled like I was in a restroom that hadn't been cleaned for like a year. And this was on a public street, just walking. And apparently there was this long wall where people have mentioned later that the tuk-tuk drivers sleep out there and they just use that as the toilet. Well, then if they're sleeping out there and peeing there, then it must smell like they were sleeping in a toilet, because that's what that whole area just smelled like. I mean, it was just boom, overwhelming. And the other thing I didn't like was that on their like go-go girl bar street area where the girls are all hanging out, that there were some very young girls out there that looked far under 18 years old. And I didn't like that. I made a comment, so people just jumped on me about that. Let me read you a few more comments. Oh, some guy says, FUC, white people stealing Asians. I don't know what that meant. Of course you would comment this because firstly, you're with a Thai chicken. You're trying to bring down Cambodia. Never come back again to Cambodia. You're not welcome, dude. Like I said, this guy, the gatekeeper of Cambodia, to tell me whether I'm welcome or not, I'm sure the country itself, if I'm there spending money, they're very happy about it. Like they really give a shit about you. They don't. These two Farang people calling people a-holes, being a guest, get your arses back to your entitled country, you morons, douchebags, don't need to be in Asia. Well, you know, Asia's trying to do a lot. At least I know in Thailand that when, you know, you have a green light and you're in a crosswalk and you're crossing, that these lowlifes don't just run you down. Like, and that's what happened in this situation because Chris called somebody out for, you know, running through the crosswalk when we had the green walkway. You know, some people don't like that, but you know what? I don't like almost getting ran down. I don't care if it's the norm of that country to drive like shit. It doesn't make it right. You know, I'm not going to acquiesce to their poor driving skills. You know what I mean? They can, I don't care. If they want to fight me, that's fine, whatever. It won't be the first time I got my ass beat. It won't be the last time. Well, Cambodia didn't ask you to come, so stay where you can get cheap sex and ladyboys. You know exactly what country I'm talking about. Okay, well, if you see my videos, you know that that's not really my thing. I think a lot of people, because I made a Cambodia video and I hadn't made them before, that they haven't seen my videos before. They don't understand the way that I make videos. I'll get to that in a second. Wow, this is a long one. They're thanking you for visiting and would greatly appreciate if you don't ever step back into their country again. This is another spokesman for Cambodia. It's too dirty and disgusting for you. There are lots more stupid people there in America that would even take a piss or crap in other people's property. Cambodia is a very poor country, just trying to rebuild, rebound, catching up to the rest of the world, and it's just trying to make a living. Does that have anything to do with people running you over in a crosswalk? You know, fucking pay attention. There's no welfare like America, blah, blah, blah. Mr. America, American cities aren't perfect either. Someone just pissed on the fence. Take your Swati crap back to Bangkok or somewhere else. This guy's an old fart. I'm willing to testify in court. The vast majority of Westerners don't belong in Asia. This is one of those me guys. Me. I. I am 35 years Southeast Asia, and I can speak 6 languages here all perfectly. What the fuck even complaining about that crossing the main roundabout? I've done that 1,000 times. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Good job, buddy. Good job. I love the I guys. Like, make a comment on a YouTube video saying I. Nobody gives a shit about you, bro. Nobody cares. Something about the casino, and he's whatever. I guy. I can't read it. He's got it. So the name's in, he's saying he's in Cambodia, but he's got his name in Thai on here. And then there was a bunch of statements about if you ever go to Los Angeles or San Francisco or where I come from, Detroit, what a shithole. Like, well, obviously, really, you know, that's why I'm in Southeast Asia. Like, you know, I was recently in New York, and you got bums and crazy people screaming on the subway, people defecating in public. Yeah, I know. I don't like that either. And I made videos stating that in America. You know, I'm not shy about making videos. So if you were new to my channel and didn't realize how I make videos, when I go to a place, I don't research anything, okay? So they're saying, you didn't go to the right area, you didn't go that. That's not how I roll, dude. I like to just go and explore for myself. I don't want to know what Joe Blow or Jack Me Off said about Cambodia or Siem Reap or Phnom Penh. I just want to go check it out for myself, okay? And report on my experience, not what you want my experience to be, what they want my experience to be, just my experience. And I report the good and the bad, just like I do in Thailand, just like I've done in Egypt and other countries around Europe and wherever I go. What I see is good, I'm gonna say it's good. What I don't like, I'm gonna report that I don't like. So that's just Greeny Travels, that's my niche. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to watch somebody else's video and see 8 places to go and then go to those 8 places and make the same recycled video that 14 other people do. I'm just gonna go there, experience what I experience, and like I said, report on it. I've made negative videos about many things. I've made several in Thailand. I'm sure that restaurants or people that maybe have seen some of my videos, if they ever saw it, they could try to sue me or something, but whatever. That's just the way it is. You know, if you think you're one of these guys that's like a gatekeeper, like I haven't seen that before except for like when I'm in Detroit, okay, where I'm from. Like if anybody ever said anything bad about Detroit, like on the news or anything, the people would go berserk. Even if it was true, like you could say the most obvious thing about Detroit, but if like some hockey player from Colorado said it, oh, the people from Detroit would go bananas and send letters to the newspaper and just be on our local news. Like, but dude, it's true. Like, shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, you know, quit being such babies. But it's so weird. Out of all the places in the world I've been, this Southeast Asia, like Cambodia, Thailand, Philippines, has like the most gatekeepers. These guys that come over here and think like they're part of it. Like, dude, dual pricing. Like, you know, you're not Cambodian, you're not Thai, you're not Philippine, okay? I don't know about Cambodia, Philippines, Thailand. You can't buy land. I mean, you're just here contributing to the economy. And as long as you're a good citizen, you contribute to the economy, the government loves you here. They're happy, they're making money, but you'll never be them, you know, unless you're one of these guys that went ahead and, you know, got citizenship and got a passport. Oh, then you're Thai, 100%. And then you can voice your opinion on anything you want. But me, I'm just documenting my life, what I see, what I hear, when I hear it, as I go, day by day. Do you think if you make stupid comments, oh, don't come back, you're not wanting Cambodia, do you think I give a shit about what you say? I could give 2 shits. I'll go back to Cambodia tomorrow. Like I said, I liked it. The people were nice. I just didn't really like Phnom Penh that much. I mean, it wasn't Everything wasn't bad, but there was a few things that I didn't like about it. You know, in the video, you could see I went to a prayer thing on the, for a Buddhist day on the river, and that was cool. That was really nice, but nobody said, oh, Greeny, that was a nice Buddhist day. No, they just want to take the negative things because that's how I did the thumbnail. If I didn't make the thumbnail like that and the title like that, nobody would even watch the video. So I do appreciate you guys watching the video. Even if you made a negative comment, I do appreciate that too. I mean, trust me, they don't bother me. You know, I wouldn't, our life's too short here to let anything somebody says to me bother me. I don't even care, you know. We're all on our way out. Don't let things bother you. You can say anything you want to me. I mean, I've been doing this 6 years now, and I've read every comment that there is, so I don't care. I don't care. I actually find them quite entertaining. Tuk-tuk here? Yeah. Okay. We're getting picked up by a taxi, but I'm back. I wanted to touch on how some of these guys, or maybe ladies, anybody, that they come out here to Southeast Asia and they feel somehow like they're enlightened and that they have to impose their enlightenment on other people and that everybody should feel the same way or that they're smarter or somehow just have some knowledge that other people don't have that are like here. Like, you can come to any country and live whatever kind of lifestyle you want. You know what I mean? There's no one right way. Like, if I want to live in Bangkok and live, you know, Western meals or fancy meals or in a nice place, but, you know, you're enlightened and, you know, living in Cambodia, it's some other lifestyle that's may work for you, it may not work for me. It may work for me, it may work for both of us, but there's no one right way to do anything. There's no one right way that anybody has to go to really do anything in life, but has to go to some country and live that type of lifestyle, or else they're not doing it right, and you should call them out and say, oh, you shouldn't be here. You know, you should leave. You can't handle Asia. You should. You know what? I can handle it any way I want to. It's my life. You don't like the way I live my life? Suck it. I don't really care. I mean, you can live your life your way. I live my life my way. As I'm going through making my videos, you know, just trying to keep things real, keep things honest. When I see things I like or don't like, or I have a reaction to things going on, that's it. That's how I'm going to do it. I mean, you know, that's... I just like to keep things raw. You know, there's a lot of things I could edit out of my videos to make it look like everything's perfect, but I don't. I just keep it real, and the way that it rolls is the way that it rolls. Some people's comments are like, you know, you shouldn't show any negative things. Well, that's, you know, I'm not a tour guide or a travel agent for any given country or a spokesman for places I go. I'm just showing my personal experience. And if I go back and look at it 20 years from now and watch my video, I'm going to see what my experience was, how it really was. Nothing fake. So if you want a fake channel with like fake narratives and everything's rosy and perfect all the time, there's plenty of channels out there like that. I mean, you can find them. I've watched other guys on YouTube or ladies that never have anything bad to say. That's just not how I roll. That's just not my vibe, you know. In law enforcement for 30 years, I've seen the worst parts of society, and you know, that's part of me, just keeping it real. So hopefully you guys will like it. If you do, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I'll check you guys out in the next video. Greeny out.